Hello, happy Wednesday. Walking out to get the mail, and while I'm out here, I wanted to show you a couple things that we're going to have trimmed up, taken out, etc. Hopefully this weekend. We have a really good tree trimming guy that always used to come to our old house, and he would trim the trees up here or there, and he's coming back because we need a lot of stuff done here. The first thing we're going to do in the front of our driveway, let me just show you. This whole street is lined with magnolia trees. So we're going to have all of ours limbed up. That's how our old ones were. And I really like when you can see underneath them. And then we'll put some pine needles under there. This bush and that tree is going to go because you really can't see the front of our house. And then over here, he is going to trim up all of our bushes and then remove all of the I think you call them suckers, that are growing off the crepe myrtles. If you've never seen a crepe myrtle, they are such stunning trees. But to keep them looking really good, you need to limb them up and keep them trimmed, and then they grow fuller and prettier. He's going to hopefully cut these bushes, like this one's so overgrown. I want it about that size. So I want all of these trimmed, and these are all the suckers that I was talking about. These grow off the bottom, and I don't think the tree, it's usually using a lot of energy with that, so he's going to clean all of that up. He's just going to trim and get rid of a lot of the stuff that's overgrown along here. Also, I love the look of these bushes, but they're getting so overgrown, and I told him that I want them to look like this, natural. I don't want them square around. I just want them trimmed back because they're getting into the yard. So he's going to trim them back, keep them looking natural, and the same thing, I want all that trimmed. He's going to cut that one back. And then all of these, this is my favorite evergreen tree, by the way. I can't remember what this is called. It's a juniper or something. I love these wispy branches, but he's going to trim all of these back because they're just getting so overgrown. Around here, he is going to do the same thing, trim up the bushes, and then he's going to limb up this tree. Rob has a hard time mowing the yard, and plus I want to be able to see out the windows. He'll trim these bushes, and then he is going to take out, give me a second here. He's going to take out, he's going to limb these up, and then there's a dead, see that brown thing? He's going to take that out, clean this up, and then he'll take out that whole entire island because we don't want it. So we'll keep the crepe myrtle, but the rest of that is going. He'll also trim up these bushes back here. I don't know if we're keeping them or not. They're so overgrown, but I think it keeps it a little bit more private. Our backyard is way back to the trees right there, but these two bushes, I think he's going to trim them up. We're going to leave them for now, and if we want them removed later on, we can do that. Also, at some point, we are going to do something with this area. We're still trying to figure it out, but the pergola is kind of falling apart on the very top row. Some of them are just rotting. So I don't know what we're going to do right now, but we want to get the yard cleaned up and some other things done, and then maybe we can do that in the spring. I did go to Lowe's today. I spent a long time there, and I'll tell you why. First of all, I had paint mixed. Second of all, I had to look for some other things to get these where the chair railing was. I need to work on those, so I had to get some joint compound, a bigger wall, one of those scraper things. I got that, and then I talked to the cabinet guy. I think I mentioned the other day that Rich, our kitchen guy, was here, and we went over all of my ideas, everything that I wanted to do, actually to see if it was even possible. 99.9% of everything. Well, I shouldn't say that after I talked to the Lowe's guy. I would say almost everything that I want to do is doable. And if it's not, we can tweak it to make it livable and to the point where I like it. Like right now, some of the things I don't like, but if I can tweak them a little bit, I will like them. Just don't look at the state of my kitchen because it's a mess. The first thing I asked Rich is if we could take these down, because I feel like those accentuate this curve, and I'm not a fan of the curve. So what we are going to do is take these down, and I know I got a bunch of messages saying that, gosh, that's a lot of storage that you're missing out on. Well, let's just take a gander of what I even have up there. There's medicine in there. And then in this one, there's nothing up there. There's nothing up there. And there's not much up there. So what we're going to do is remove these and then add a cabinet that will be about as wide as this. I can't remember what that is, 20 some inches. It will sit on the counter and it will go almost all the way up to the top. So whatever I have in here right now will fit in this cabinet. And it will be made out of this. This, they don't make anymore at Lowe's, but we'll find something that's very close. So there will be a cabinet sitting on the counter all the way up to the top there. And then the same thing over here on the counter all the way up to the top. And then those cabinets will be gone. The backsplash then will start right here and go all the way until there to the other cabinet, and we'll go all the way to the top. And hopefully I'm going to do brick again because we really, really like the brick. These countertops will be changed out to a white, creamy color with some gold or brass and maybe a hint of a charcoal, because we're going to eventually change the appliances out to a charcoal colored stainless steel. I originally wanted to try to move the cooktop over there and put a range, but there's not going to be enough room to make this look right. You're going to have a really teeny tiny, I think he said like a 14-inch countertop here and one there. And Rob doesn't like it. And I said, that's fine. We'll just do what we need to do with this. We'll leave it. We'll change out the refrigerator at some point, change those out at some point. We'll change out the hardware and then change these out. And I think it will make it look good. It's not my perfect situation, but I am going to love it when I get everything redone. Another thing we're going to remove is that sink. And then on this end, I think they used to have a stool sitting here, but we're going to shorten that and maybe only make it a little bit of an overhang and do the same thing on that end, because I just can't foresee anybody sitting here when we have all that room over there. A couple other things. I went to Lowe's today, asked if they had the cabinets. They don't have the exact, well, I shouldn't say they don't. I'm waiting on a response to see if they have this type of cabinet door. I didn't see it on display in Lowe's, but that doesn't mean they don't have it, because what we would like to do is have a cabinet made there so it kind of looks like this instead of that. But if they can't, I'm going to change that out. I'll probably use a piece of wood, maybe put some wainscoting in the back, make it look older and not so pretty. Couple other things. I'm not in love with this. I think it looks too fabricated, too intentional. So what I want to do is change out the countertop and add 2 doors to hide everything there. And then I'll add some legs or something so it looks more like a piece of furniture. And then Rob gave me the okay of taking these off, the Hershey bars off. So I just think that in itself, getting rid of that, putting doors on, putting something in the back, and putting little legs on there, it's gonna make this stand out like, kind of like the pantry in our old house. This is just another angle of our kitchen. Again, we're changing these out. The one in our old kitchen that was above the island, that's going to be hanging there. And I'm still looking for another chandelier that matches my 5 candle chandelier. If I can't find it, I'll just put a 6, 5, and a 4 for now until I can find it, because I really want these. I want these removed. Also, these are going. Yes, the Hershey bars are going. And right now, I am feathering the joint compound out where the chair rail used to go. I'm waiting on that to dry so I can sand it down. And I'm starting to style this hutch because the hutch is going to go against that wall. And it's easy to push back and forth because it's on these felt things. So this is what I'm working on right now. I forgot to say thank you for all of the suggestions. I am going through each and every one, taking notes in my brain and making sure that I'm changing a couple things that I think will help it be a little more user-friendly. I am actually going to take one of those suggestions right now and show you what I'm doing in the middle of it instead of either in the beginning or at the end. And there's my husband. You like all the junk laying around?
Love it. To make it really easy to push that cabinet back.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is how far I've gotten. Keep in mind, when we do push it against the wall, I will be very careful. I'll take some of the stuff down. But I'm trying to stick with brown, white, a tan color, not so much yellow. Like this bowl is really yellow compared to this. Trying to stay with the tans, browns, whites, and then I will add texture in, just like those. I don't know if you can see that. I added some old kitchen things. I'll be adding a bunch of other stuff in here, but this is how far I've gotten. I'm kind of stuck right here, but I will figure that out. Here shortly, I'm going to be sharing the light bulbs. Right now, I'm still working on the walls. Let me show you exactly what I'm doing. These are the walls that I took the chair rail down, and I was doing it incorrectly, so now I'm going back and redoing it. The chair rail used to be right in here, and when I was fixing it with the joint compound, I was only going over the area, but you have to widen it out and feather it. So I went back over it, above it and below it, and just finished sanding everything. The only spot that I messed up is this. This wasn't completely dry, as you can see, so I have to go back and patch that. But other than that, these walls right here are ready to reprime. And then over here, this is a problem child. This is where I accidentally dug into the wall. So this is going to take a little longer, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Do you want the look of an outdoor gas light without the price tag? Then you need these LED flicker flame light bulbs. The flame tip bulb creates the look of a gas flame. I love them.